is cold, but your heart's colder. I will wait for you. The glitch in your eyes pulled me under, but I will wait for you. There's nothing left for me to do than run and act myself a fool. No point in trusting anyone. Your eyes of diamonds keep me up. Never thought that it could be this rough. No point in trusting anyone.
is over, my life is over. 'Cause I start thinking again about our time together. When the night is over, my life is over. 'Cause I start thinking again about our time together. I gotta stay high all the time, and I gotta stay high all the time, and I gotta stay high all the time to keep you off my mind, and I gotta stay high all the time, and I gotta stay high all the time, and I gotta stay high all the time to keep you off my mind,
and she gotta stay
high all the time,
and she always stays.
high all the time.
And she gotta stay
All the time to keep you off my mind.
Yeah. She's staying high almost all the time. Another party almost every night. High heels and makeup. Every week she's on another flight. Goes around, always comes around. That's her own life motto. Sunday California, Monday in Chicago. But it's cool, I'll see her soon. Loving all my tunes. Beauty walking the streets. A beast inside my room. Can't stay for long, need to write these songs. Work from night then back to dawn. Nothing's right if the feeling's wrong. So she's gone by the break of dawn. A broken heart but a stronger mind. In that girl is what you'll find. Staying high almost all the time, but kills it every single time. Tipsy off a glass of wine. Louis V shades what she has behind. Purse more deep than her state of mind. Life is just one hell of a ride, but life is what she hated. Love was just a dream. Now she thinks she's made it. Traveling overseas can get me off her mind. She calls me all the time. I always hit decline, and she's always getting high. Like
Staying in my paper tin where the fun ain't got no end. Oh, can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain. Oh, staying in my paper tin where the fun ain't got no end. Oh, can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain. You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time, and I gotta stay high all the time, and
she gotta stay
high all the time to keep you off my mind.
and she gotta stay
High all the time,
and she always stays.
high all the time,
And she gotta stay
high all the time to keep you off my mind. Woo.
She's chasing dreams, chasing time. Never gonna work a 9 to 5. Broken heart but stays alive. Model picture from time to time, but either way she flows it. Walks around like she owns it. Bad chick and she knows it. Mean face when she poses. Always bathing under the city lights. Love drunk, can't get it right. Different club almost every night. Every morning another flight. With a broken heart, no use. Battle scars and tattoos. Fake smiles and excuse. Hiding what she's just afraid to lose. Love isn't on her menu, yet it's always on her plate. A side dish she continues, just in case it's too late. She's sparking just to numb the pain. Maybe it'll fade away, but feels it every single day. Since back in the month of May, she can't go home alone. So she's hiding on the phone. Can't stand being on her own. Always needs someone to hold. Can't get her off my mind. I call her all the time. She always hits decline, and I know she's getting high. Like,
Staying in my paper tin where the fun ain't got no end.
and I know she's getting high. Like,
Can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain.
and I know she's getting
Oh,
high. Like,
staying in my paper tin where the fun ain't got no end. Oh, can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain. You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time, and I gotta stay high all the time, and I gotta stay
I didn't think we could fall in love. Broken from the start, chained to our past. We had closed hearts. We are breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart, far running away. Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we? They were blinded, tried to deny us. Didn't think we were following our hearts. We are breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart, now we're running away with our hearts. Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we?
Floating through the clouds, a light emerges from beneath the sand. The distant miracles seem so far away. Across the universe, she lives another day. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. one, she's so far away.
So let me catch you. So let me catch you slipping by. Why do I get myself? Why do I get myself caught up in these lonely nights? Oh, why? Why do I get myself? Why do I get myself caught up in these lonely walk through my heart. Show me your eyes. 'Cause all along I knew I was doing the wrong thing by giving you my time. Where was I? Where was I when I needed it most? When I needed myself? Where was I? Where was I?
Bye.